ever since a year John Dramani Mahama, the president, so there have been calls for a year two major mechanism, a high profile for a Wukrum Hanum say Yenji and I say Yenji the brain film on sem. Now the first person a Jane Mensa, a EC chair. There have been calls, a lot of petitions. Ako Ediama a President John Dramani Mahama say Yenji ni in free a ni dibre as the EC chair. A lot of allegations and as a meka se kwedu omo de abobon ne do so ye pai bi say incompetent and all lot of stuff. Now me no ka say the communicator the office of the president era Felix Ofosukwuache ababe kasa the afasansem we hu etremu the next step the presidency is going to take concerning the EC chair. And the question we are asking now is John Dramani Mahama the president obeji the breno edi free Jane Mensa ansem anase obekosoa ikra ne di bremo se EC chair na in same way na yera Felix Ofosukwuache editu mountain so yinkotie nembra na yendi nkomo.
Another institution whose head as well as other directors or perhaps even deputy commissioners have received extensive criticism, whether it's from the media or from your side of the political divide, or indeed the other political parties in opposition before this election or the last election, has been Madam Jane Mensa. And looking at how Madam Charlotte Osei was removed from office, if a petition should come before the president for her removal on stated grounds of merit, how would that be treated?
Well, and these things are dictated by law. It is not whimsical. You can't decide that you don't like Jane Mensa, so she should be removed. I would not endorse that. That's not the point I'm making. If we have grievances about her performance, we will say so. Just as I have grievances about the performance of the judiciary, and I've said so frontally. It is not going to form the base upon which I say anybody should be removed. To be removed, you have to go through certain processes. You have to do something that merits removal. That must be proven through a fair and transparent process. So if that threshold is met, why not? But I'm not going to say that because Jane Mensa has been roundly criticized by the NDC for incompetence and, if you like, unfairness and bias, she should be removed. We cannot run a country that way. Of course, I know that the MPP will have no inhibition doing so, as they did to Charlotte Osei. But President Mahama is more measured in the way that he conducts himself. He goes strictly by the book and is therefore not going to say that because in the past we had disagreements with Jane Mensa, that she should be necessarily moved. No. But if you, Roland, are able to point to any specific wrongdoing that warrants investigation leading to the removal of anybody in government, in the judiciary, in parliament, at the Electoral Commission or any place, due process would have to be followed. And that is what President Mahama will do. It does not preclude commentary on how people perceive these institutions of state to have worked.
In the public space, there's that perception that she has been, quote-unquote, incompetent in managing the electoral processes the 2 times she's been able to do that. Of course, minus the by-elections. That will mean, well, if there's a petition on the way, you should have some knowledge. Is there a petition on the way for Madam Jane Mensa to be removed?
Well, though I have heard reports of some petitions that have been said, I'm yet to cite those. So I'm not able to speak to it convincingly. The point must, however, be made that perceptions are not enough.
And what's say oye nema gidigidibia and sana sebi kasi ye yinedi because wama the explanations to it or mu say si ebe yinedi krana definitely should be taken off her position, but enye merely because of petitions and nsema nkofo kika efa this afi mu 2024 elections ne ho say bia na elections results ni delay and say ni say I mean we know some of the things here updates is in some way our platform we so ama ashefo atibi nti Felix Ofosukwuache, Minister of State in charge of government communications HM said that is not a solid prover on betimi agina so ede eyima meno efini debrem nana. This is what Felix Ofosukwuache is saying.
Okay, so yes, Sana Okano, that is the issue. But one of the things I was noticing is let's look at the thing from another perspective.
Okay.
Has she been able to do the work? Nipa America na say,
Jen Mensa.
Madam Jemensa been able to do her work really well? What I said, these are questions I bisa. Has she been able to execute her duties very well?
Okay.
But then if you look clearly what is really going on, there are a whole lot of concerns because Osha and Sema Okanos for the past a year, 2 times, Madam Jemensa have had the opportunity to lead an election. It failed. It failed miserably. So I'm not focusing based on this. No, she has to go.
Okay. And she really has to go because of that.
Yeah, definitely she has to go because of that. Because Osha, clearly all of us are not really happy with how she did her work or how she executed duties. And based on all of this, Osha, for how long would we? It's not about when you're MPP NDC. This is about incompetence. She's just incompetent, just like the person who actually gave her the position. So based on all of this, it is just the right thing. So by now, Madam Jemensa, you be in a few, need create a bipartisan group. What am I say? You be create a bipartisan group. Ni assess okay, so a particular bipartisan group you create, you be probia or replacing Madam Jemensa.
Okay.
What am I say? So the bipartisan group will be MPP, NDC. Near should be a bit me replace you man with immediate effect because there are a whole lot of things Madam Jemensa why clearly everything is pointing to the fact that she's just incompetent.
Yes, she didn't really do a good job.
She didn't. We saw the elections, how the elections played out. We saw Minoka say crown Ablikwana for Muni MP. And when you're so big deal because if Marco elections now results in favor a particular candidate, go for do a runoff. Also be recollection pin sheet be brayer now in conforce fixative figures near the other your EC the people one can go for EC officers come by and say some of the figures they can't really attest to it. What are you waiting for? Give Abdulkumanov a second shot. Now I want so MP a new MP. We share the issues of recollection and the 7 outstanding a year now. All of these 7 outstanding a year results are about a year. Results by a comma NDC after Omuye coalition now comma MPP. The EC lost it after elections. No, after results have been mentioned, no recollation. It's about to say now the ultimate recollation. It is a law that on one Jemensa in 2020 she really adapted. So everything is pointing to the fact that she's incompetent. I know so we've had issues with Charlotte Osei and Afarijan, but you can't credit this is too big of a deal. Because Charlotte Osei, she was not even given the opportunity for her to do the 2 terms. One spend So why do you want to give this woman so much benefit of the doubt? She has to go. But then the NPC is playing it safe because right now they have a lot of things on their sleeves. By the end of the year, they will have a solid ground, they will have a solid proof. And I can tell you, say, investigation is already ongoing. How she's doing her job. All of these things are into consideration. I believe so at the end of the day, during the right time, the petition will be executed. Exactly for her to go. Yes.
So that means it's not necessarily said they are not going to take care of, but it's time. Time. Yeah.
It's time because one of the major things and our NDC for Anopa sack Jemensa before can't in fact try to work the this is more than the Japa book. I try to work so it's just time. And now there's one contentious seat because in Dukoye sake on so beka so zombe sake mia and I mean declare Emma Abdulkumanov seat I mean declare my MPP and yes a boy ana a bomb yana muso abom. So now I believe the NDC is just treading cautiously because they know at time Obekufi Jemensa party in fact MPP for believe said Jemensa she's ineffective. So is the writing on the wall is clear. I believe so very soon and NDC will take up this particular man. So yeah.
Well, it was 4 years, so that is all about Jen Mensa and the removal from the position as the EC chair. Amanfo Trema, the incompetence compared to the previous predecessors are not a no. Only then they say them say Atra be careful, so she has to go. But NDCs are trying to tread cautiously. Denya obeko, but bibiano eyemre. Anyways, yebeko so anayi the same way. Ichi yebema mo update on same way.